Yep, guys, there's more beef going on in these YouTube streets. It's getting worse between our boy Hasan and Asmongold. As you guys know, they're always getting into it. Now, it looks like today, or I mean, I guess this was really on March 9, 2 days ago, Hasan went off on Asmongold, and he thinks his dad would be disgusted with him today. Both evil and uneducated, just a friendless loser who people don't even want to be around for the most part because he has a repulsive ideology. So let's take a look at that video and kind of what Hasan's saying and everything like that. Let me get myself out of the way here.
His father would be disgusted by this now, yeah, but it's, you know, there's no one holding him back at this point. Is he evil and uneducated?
And so, okay, well, I think that was obviously that was him answering to like a comment from someone. You know, he didn't have to respond to that comment, but let's see what's going on.
Yes, he is both evil and uneducated. I don't really like saying he's evil though, because he kind of gets off on that. I think he's just a fucking loser.
It's been crazy watching like Hasan and like Asmongold's beef grow throughout, like, you know, the years into what it is now. You know, I mean, like at this point, it's like actually like a war. You got like the Hasan and the Hasan orbiters. You got like, you know, Asmongold and people like Tectone and stuff. Tectone be going at Hasan all the time. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. People are really having to like pick sides. Like it's this whole little like civil war between streaming people that really could just get along. But hey, you know, if one person claims Republican and one person claims Democrat, then I guess we all got to just start fighting and throwing hands, right, guys? That's how it works, right?
That's what it is. He's just a fucking friendless loser who
called him a friendless.
Don't even want to be around for the most part. And he'll turn around and say this is like ad hominem or some shit, but it's because he has a repulsive ideology. And the only people, it's not an accident that the only people that want to fucking farm clout off of his ass are also disgusting monsters. Like half of his fucking best friends are outed as like rapists and pedophiles and lolly enjoyers. Like he's just a repulsive guy surrounded by also
doing again. Oh, my bad.
Around for,
but you guys know exactly, like you guys know who he's talking about. Like I feel like I don't actually need to, you know, really say the names. We know exactly who Hasan's talking about.
Repulsive ideology. Actually, the only people that want to fucking farm, fucking best friends are outed as like rape enjoyers. Like he's just a repulsive guy surrounded by also repulsive people. And it's because he wants to fucking farm people's approval, and he realizes that this is the easiest way to farm approval.
Who do you guys think is really like more popular? Or okay, here's the one. Who do you guys think has more influence? Because I'm pretty sure Asmongold gets more like views, like, you know, like live viewers than Hasan, but Hasan's, you know, obviously more involved into like the political spectrum and everything. I don't know, just a thought.
They're nasty pieces of shit for the most part. Asmongold certainly is a bad person. Definitely a bad person.
Bro doubled down. He said he's a bad person. Look at his view at his chat, and then definitely a bad person. Let me just double down real quick there. Also, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe on the video and everything like that. Keeps it pushing out, you know.
Can't actually maintain an audience playing Dark Souls 2, rage quit the game, or Dark Souls 3, forget which one it was. And that's what like that's what started his like villain arc. These people were like dunking on him. His gamers were making fun of him.
Yeah, you know, that's what it is. I mean, honestly, I play League, and like sometimes, you know, League will really trigger you, you know, like, I mean, like sometimes League just makes you want to crash out. You know, you getting 2-3 games in a row. You got one person going AFK one of the games, like one of the games stretches out to 1 hour and 20 minutes somehow, and you still lose. You know what I mean? You know, you forget your runes or something. Yeah, it can have disastrous effects. Sometimes you just got to flip a table, you know?
And he couldn't handle the heat, so he realized like, oh, I can get the admiration of these fucking douchebags by leaning into their frustrations and redirecting their animosity to vulnerable populations by heightening you know, white supremacist tensions in the country. And that's what it is. His villain arc, $10 says you can't redeem him. What do you mean? There's no redemption for this guy. So you're saying this is literally From Software's fault? No, it's because he's a weak and insecure man.
Yo, Hasan's going in on his man right now. He said he's a weak and insecure man. I mean, as far as insecure, I don't really know. You know, obviously, I don't really know two of them much like that. We're just in the start of the series, you know. But I would definitely say, as far as it being insecure, I don't think Asmongold's really an insecure guy. I mean, his hair, though, you know, like his hair is always wild. I know you've seen this house. I don't know too many people who are really insecure and they would really have their house looking like that. You know what I mean? I feel like they would like have to make sure it's clean, like have to make sure they, you know, that their perception is really like good. And that's kind of that opposite of Asmongold. Asmongold really kind of don't care. Like
he's a weak
bro,
man.
wear some flip-flops, no socks anywhere. Well, really, you shouldn't have socks and flip-flops anyway, I guess.
He's like a fucking living skid mark. And he's talking
Dang.
shit about, again, the mayor of New York City. It's not a surprise that the majority of his audience are fucking Euroid neo-Nazis who love LARPing as MAGA.
Dang.
You know? As opposed to someone like myself, where most of my audience is American. He's literally just fortunate.
Not true. I know Hasan. I thought Hasan didn't like America. I mean, I guess it's one of those things where you get to kind of use it, like, you know, like when it's convenient for you. You know, it's, you know, I can't stand America. America sucks. Everything like that. But then it's, hey, my viewers are amazing. They're Americans. I don't know which one that is. Like, so are they the Americans that like America, or are they the Americans that don't like America? If that's the case, then should they really be claiming America? I don't know. To each their own, you know?
And in human form. Yeah, I mean, he is just disgusting. He's like a fucking human skin tag. I don't know.
Calling somebody a human skin tag is wild work. That's actually really creative. I never would have thought of something like that.
What else to say?
But like, it's something I'm really never planning on doing again, collabing with, or having anything to do with these people ever. And it's not that I hate them. Some of them I do. But many of them, that's not the case.
Yeah, no, everyone was like on their fucking hands and knees being like, why won't Asmongold come and fucking smell bad at our parties?
Oh, dang. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Hasan really, like, at this point, like, he just does not care. He's gonna say whatever he wants to. Now, I mean, you know, Asmongold doesn't really be helping himself in that whole department and everything like that. Could Asmongold smell? Yes, no, I don't know. That's not really for me to say. But dang, I don't know. I wonder if people do like having Asmongold at these events. I don't know. Every time I see Asmongold out in public, everybody's treating him like he's some type of rare bird because he never like leaves the house, and they always seem like extremely excited that he's outside, you know, kind of that thing of like, you know, if you barely ever see something, then when you do see it, it's like extra exciting, you know. But let's see Asmongold's response to this. So yeah, he talks about very weird messaging, but let's just get straight into his response.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, let me watch this real quick.
His father would be disgusted by this note. Yeah, but
what is this?
It's, you know, there's no one holding him back at this point.
It's a very weird messaging where you're like trying to like use my dad and like trying to put your political views on like what my dead dad would have thought.
I just always think it's just best to keep people's families out of it. I mean, you have a problem with them personally, all right, go on, say whatever you want to, deal with that, but just never really try to involve people that, you know, have no influence on the situation at all. He easily could have just seen that message and then just let it go.
It's just weird.
Yeah, no, everyone was like on their fucking hands and knees being like, why won't Asmongold come and fucking smell bad at our parties?
Yeah, actually, I've been invited to a lot of events. I have been, and I've chosen not to go because I think it'll just create drama. Clout chase. I don't need to go and hang out with 20-year-olds, right? Go to the phase party and then, you know, talk about how much money I'm making at the phase party like he does. You know, now you're using a soundboard. You're 34, you're 35, man. Like, what are you doing?
The fuck. Fuck. He has been, Hasan really has been tearing up that soundboard, apparently.
It's just embarrassing. It is. He's the richest guy there. Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Like, look, I don't know why he does this. It's so weird. It's honestly so weird.
It's almost like a popularity contest type of thing. Like, oh yeah, like you can't sit at the table with us. Like you can't come make content over here with us. Like, oh, you're not at that party. You're not invited to this party. It's like, it's very a high school level a way of thinking about things, you know, like somehow being inside in the house when your job involves sitting at a computer all day is somehow a bad thing or something like that.
Yeah. And why is he so unhappy? I don't know. And that's another thing is that this is, and I hope he sees this. I almost never see Hasan happy. I don't. Very rarely do I actually see.
No, now that I think about it, I very rarely see Hasan happy too. He never looks happy. He's always very like serious and or angry.
Hasan happy. And I'm sure that there's selection bias to this. But it is very rare that I actually see him enjoying something or taking part in something that makes him happy. Every clip that I see, he's getting mad. Even
oh, by the way, I do think he is doing a trip to Cuba to like help people in Cuba. Hasan is. So shout out to him for, you know, doing that. You know, I'd be pooping on Hasan a lot on this channel, but you know, it's nothing personal. So when you're doing something good, I still show love, you know.
then on your podcast, you're usually glum. You're sitting there and you're watching things, arguing with people in chat all the time. Like, how often do you see him smiling versus not? And that's the thing. He's a bitch. I don't. The thing is that oh, he beats his. No, I mean, I'm sure he likes his dog and he gets to spend time with his dog too. But like in a general sense,
never forget.
It's very, very odd. It's extremely odd to see this, and it's like, you know, you become the, you know, the metaphor of like, you know, when you gaze into the abyss long enough, the abyss gazes back into you. Mm-hmm. And I think that if you look at clips and everything from Hasan from like 2018, it was a profoundly more happy and more upbeat, nicer guy. And yeah, he was definitely very rough around the edges whenever he would say stuff about America deserved 9/11, but he was passionate in a way that
he just throws it in so simple. To it. And that's true. I mean, I really get what Asmongold is saying. Like, the content will, like, especially depending on what type of content you make, it can eat you up. It can have, like, you know, a lot of consequences. Like, for instance, on this channel, you know, obviously we touch on a lot of dark topics, and sometimes the topics will get so dark it'll affect me. Like, I'll be like, oh man, like this is a tough one to cover it. And sometimes I'll be like, you know, I don't really want to cover it, but you know, I want to keep the story of what's happening going, so I'm gonna cover it anyway. And you know, sometimes you're just like, oh man, you got to see that stuff over and over again. It can have an effect on some people. Some people maybe not, but I think most people, whether they like to believe it or not, it's in the background, it's having a slight effect.
I think that over the years that's kind of gone away, and I'll be honest, the reason why I know that is that that's kind of happened to me, and sometimes it has, and I don't know why he's like this. I don't. And like back in the day, everybody used to be able to get along, and people used to understand that they had differences, but at the same time, they could talk to each other, they could be polite and cordial with each other, and somewhere down the line, that became impossible to do.
Yeah, and that's true. And that's why commentary channels like this and everything even exists now, because now I remember back in the day, there really wasn't, like, obviously streamers would have problems with each other and little things like that, but it wouldn't spiral into entire things, entire more Pegasus 400 episode theories, like, I mean, video series, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. So I completely agree. I think this is more too with the emergence of social media and people putting just so much more online, and with streamers streaming more and more hours, you know, getting the drama gets views, you know what I mean? So it all plays into it. But yeah, it's definitely a different landscape.
I don't know why. There's no reason for it to happen.
Yeah, so let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Are you guys more on Hasan's side? Are you guys more on like Asmongold's side? Let me know what you think too about the different like time periods, like how you guys think about how commentary channels were, you know, let's say maybe 10, 15 years ago versus maybe how it is now. But you know all that. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you on the next video, and you guys have an amazing day.